So the inspiration for this short story was, it was an assignment in IB English 2, and we had just read a book by Michael and Dachi called Running in the Family, and we were supposed to write sort of it's a memoir, so we were also supposed to write like sort of a pastiche of the memoir style. And Running in the Family, it's about this man who, he's living in Canada, but he travels back to his home country of Sri Lanka to sort of reconnect with his family, like learn more about his family and his family history. And at the beginning of the book, he feels like disconnected from like his family and his memories of his family, sort of his ancestry, because he's in like this western cold country, Canada, and then his family and his memories of his family are all in like this jungle, tropic, exotic place. And he sort of feels disconnected from them. So he travels back to hear stories and meet family members and to sort of reconnect with his family, especially his father, and learn more about them and try to understand them. So I was trying to mirror that, trying to sort of do that in my own way with my own story. So I sort of began the story, my story, with feeling sort of disconnected from this past. My mom is, my great-grandma was Hispanic and Puerto Rican. Her dad was from Barcelona and her mom was from Puerto Rico. And so I have this sort of rich Hispanic past that I don't really feel connected to, because my family doesn't participate in that culture really. And like I don't know how to make Hispanic dishes. I don't know that many Hispanic stories or culture. So I feel sort of disconnected, especially from that part of my family. So for this assignment, I had my mom tell me a bunch of stories, mostly about my great-grandma and her dad and my mom's dad, and also like our ancestry going back to Puerto Rico. And I looked at a bunch of pictures of our family in Puerto Rico, and it was just so interesting. That was probably my favorite part of writing this story, was learning more about my family. And I also included in the story some stories about my father's father, who died when I was little. So I never really got to know him well. So I was sort of feeling disconnected in that way, and finding a letter by my grandpa and reading it, and from when he was in high school, that sort of helped me feel connected to him and like realize, oh, we're all just people. Like right now, these people only exist in photographs, but they also sort of exist in me, because I'm their blood, and their memories and stories have passed down to me. So I sort of carry that with me. That's where the title of my story came in. It's also a part of a poem by E. Cummings that I really like, I'll Carry Your Heart, I'll Carry It in My Heart. So creative process, I mostly wrote this in like 1 or 2 days. I think because I'm a procrastinator, so I had my mom tell me a bunch of stories and get me pictures, and like the day, 2 days before it was due, and then the day before I just sat down and wrote it all. And that was kind of stressful because I had to stay up pretty late writing it, and I didn't really get to go through and edit or anything because it was like 2 in the morning. I really enjoyed learning about my family. The struggle mostly was leaving it until last minute. I feel really good about the finished product. At first I was worried when Mr. Campbell first suggested putting it in Delphi that it wouldn't be as interesting to other people as it was to me. But then I thought about it and I realized that people write and read memoirs and autobiographies all the time. And I feel like if you have a message to say through it, and it's sort of universal theme of feeling connected to your ancestry and your family, even when you maybe like physically separate from them, like I will be soon with college, but still feeling connected to them. and also being separated by, death and time. You still share things with them. So I like how that turned out.